What's up, man? How's it going?
Good.
Cool, cool.
Good. Busy day at work, like always.
I know. I just realized. I think after I had texted you earlier, right? I forgot it was Wednesday. Like I knew it was Wednesday, but like internally, I don't think it like processed that it was Wednesday. And then so I was like, oh damn, I gotta text Danny see if we're still good, right? And then when I got home, I realized it was like the July 26th, and that it's getting like the end of the month. So I was like, oh
Yeah,
damn, I don't know if like you know what I mean? Like if
it's gonna be
get
too
held
crazy.
up or anything like that, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
end of the month, I know that gets crazy. Um, but how was work?
it was good. It was good. Like I said, busy day. Got my teeth cleaned today.
Okay, nice.
I got scolded. I was like, the lady asked me, she's like, "Are you using a dental floss?"
Uh-huh.
I think I made her work a little bit too much, but I was like, "Yes, I do." But I learned something. So the picks, the picks with the dental
Yeah,
floss.
yeah.
Those are good, but they don't do that great of a job. So you have to use
Mm,
the individual, like the string by itself.
yeah.
It- so I got scolded a little bit, but
Oh, okay.
it wasn't too bad. So
All right. Well, shit.
it was
Because
good.
I'll use I got some of those picks. I have them in my car, so like
Yeah.
I'll use them, during the day, like after I eat, just
Oh yeah.
you know, get if there's anything stuck or just in general, just to kind of floss it out. But yeah, I didn't. I kind of rely on that, hoping that works.
Well, you're using them right because she said that that's what they're good for.
Oh,
Is
okay.
like after you eat and stuff like that. So you're using them right. I'm not.
I just
So.
gotta. I'll probably gotta use the actual floss the too. Uh, I learned through you.
Yeah. Don't get in trouble at the dentist.
Man. No, but yeah, work's been insane. It's been crazy. Had a lot going on, so
Yeah.
it's like a lot of incidents last week, this week, but you know, it's rare that it happens like so many things at once. And it's just this past couple weeks, like every day is something new. So been having a lot to deal with. I don't know if it's the month or I don't know what it is. I don't know what's in the air, but
Yeah. Is it a full moon or
yeah, something. Someone put a
something?
curse on us or something. But
Yeah, I mean, when it rains, it pours. So
yeah, yeah,
we have to appreciate, when things are going good. We can't take it for granted because every day could be, a struggle.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So
And then, that's why we do what we got to do when it's not that way. So when this stuff happens, we're prepared, we're ready to go. So, it's like it's kind of like a inconvenience, but either way, we we're doing what we have to do. So we'll get through it. Just kind of, add
yeah,
adds to everything.
yeah, but those little inconveniences don't compare to the big issues.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. It could be worse. That's for sure. Especially doing what we do.
it, well, and then it translates to, what this podcast is about is that if you pay attention to all the little things happening around you, you be better informed, and the bigger problems don't become big problems. And now, because people don't pay attention,
Hmm.
we have big problems right now.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing.
So
Like it's funny because we were just a little bit ago. I had it on this. I just had the TV on for a little bit, and I put it on a sports channel. And then the deal was like, how can these people just be like talking about sports all the time? And I was like, honestly, that's probably just their life. They probably don't even pay attention to the real world. They probably just already have their mind made up. You know what I mean? They're either probably gonna just vote for Biden, probably, and that's all they know, or whoever ends up on the Democratic ticket. That's it. Like they don't need to. Yeah, they got
they
laser
got
focused
blinders,
on the
blinders.
on whatever game, sports, team, whatever they're covering. Everything else
Yeah,
around them is a blur, or it doesn't even exist. So
yeah,
you know, but the
true.
whole what do you call it? It's crazy because I don't know if you heard about the thing with LeBron's son.
Yeah, that he passed out or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, practice.
yeah, some kind of cardiac arrest or something. It's like,
Mhm.
you know, hey,
Karma.
yeah, it's like hopefully that kid is young, right? Was he 18? I think so.
Yeah, isn't he barely going to college, like
Yeah,
first year in college or something?
something like that. I think yeah, this is supposed to be his first year in college, but dude's young. Hopefully, hopefully he's good. I don't like LeBron at all, but shit for his kid. I don't wish that on nobody. So hopefully his kid's good. Hopefully they get the answers they need, and you know if there's something they got to speak up about, hopefully they do. That's all I can say.
We talked we talked about it in the last episode with Peter.
Mm-hmm.
When people start paying attention until they start messing with your kids. So
Yeah,
maybe a little wake up call.
yeah, yeah. And I don't know, right? Maybe the conspiracy theory loses its that title when it becomes your reality, right?
We say it all the time. Conspiracy theories turn into conspiracy facts. So
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, hopefully the kid's good, because he is young, and young people shouldn't be dealing with cardiac arrest and stuff like that, especially healthy ones. But you know, we'll
yeah,
see what happens. Hopefully he's good. But yeah, yeah, we had Peter on. Um, last one. That was a good conversation. I think I
that was
enjoyed that
really good.
one. I've been posting clips about it, and it's been getting a lot. It's a good response. Um,
Yeah, I saw that. It's getting really good responses.
yeah. What I say is like we got to get those people that seen it. I just got to make them hit the follow button or the subscribe button. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
There's a lot of stuff that we put out there that people will watch, but you know in a sense of like beating algorithms and getting more, what do you call it, recommended more to people, right? Is you gotta hit a certain amount of subscribers or followers and all that. So we're working on it, but I think a lot of people do see, they hear what we're saying, you know what I mean? And having Peter on, and that clip I shared where he was talking about how the government and the people basically have to coexist or else it doesn't work. Um, so I think that message like resonates with a lot of people because it's 100% true. If your government isn't working with you and making you a part of their decision making, then it's not going to work. And that's kind of what it feels like now, right? That it doesn't work, and the politicians, the government's just doing what they want to do, what their party wants to do, and the people are just kind of left to deal with the consequences.
Yeah. Well, a good way to put it is, I mean, we've talked about it before too, is they're supposed to carry out, they're our representatives, so they're supposed to be carrying out our wishes, what we want to do. So somehow it all got twisted and they got us to believe that it's what they believe that needs to be done that we should be following.
Mm,
And Peter said it quite a bit of times in the last episode is that it's we the people. We're the ones that have the power. The power is in our hands. It's in our court.
yeah,
We're just not exercising it. Period. So
yeah, for real. And I think more and more, people are gonna start. You know what I mean? I think they have. It's just you know, we have what, a year and a few months till the next election. We got to see what's gonna. There's gonna be some sort of manipulative thing that's gonna happen before
mhm.
that point, right? And we got to see how
Mhm.
many people end up falling for it. You know what I mean? And
Or how they're going to be able to cheat. That's one thing that
yeah,
I wanted to bring up with Peter, but we were we were having such a good conversation. I didn't want to derail it. And then he used the term shadow quite a bit,
Hmm.
um, kind of like a, shadow government and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I wanted to ask the question about his feelings about the voting being legit here in this area, or if he experienced anything like Arizona. Well, I mean, it happened everywhere, but Arizona is the one that's putting up the biggest fight.
Hmm.
Georgia did too, taking it to court, to get certain information out about, um, if the certain processes were followed, during the voting process, the machines being down,
Hmm.
the integrity of the machines, if it was compromised, and a lot of things are coming out. So I wanted to get his opinion on, what he saw.
Yeah.
Um, but like I said, we were having such a good conversation. I didn't want to like go off into a different um,
Yeah.
conversation.
I believe one time when he when I was talking to him, prior to him coming on, I think he had told me that they did find like kind of ballots and trash bags like off the side of the road somewhere in I want to say Monterey. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember where he said, but I remember he did say that they did find something, you know, sketchy there. And I think the way they drew that district too is it's
Suspect.
suspect. It's going to be a tough battle, but I think if he flip not f- I don't think he has to flip Santa Clara County. I don't even think he has to get the majority, but if he gets more than maybe what they expect him to get, because I mean it is a lot of rural areas as well, so I think he's
Hmm.
got advantages there. People can relate to him, but we'll see. It's a whole year to go. I mean, he's got people like us. He's got other organizations that have him on. He was on with Lexit the other day, so it's like, he's got
Hmm.
people that are getting his message out. So
Yeah,
at the end of the day, we got a common goal, and that's to put people in government that are gonna, fight for us at the end of the day. So, hey, if Peter can get all the help he can get, let's roll.
yeah. No, that's really good. Um, you know, we went to San Diego this weekend, right?
Mhm.
Or Oceanside. Yeah, we went to San Diego, actually, Chula Vista too.
Okay.
Um, and we took the long way up, along the coast and
Okay.
went down.
The
What was
scenic drive.
it? Yep.
Okay.
And so we kind of drove by, that district over there
Hmm.
and stuff like that. So it was, kind of nice seeing it and everything. But one of the things that's so disappointing is that you're driving down San Jose and stuff like that, or even in just in that general area,
Hmm.
and the sides of the freeways, the entrances, the exits, side of the streets are so dirty. The weeds are freaking grown
Yeah.
um, tall. They're not maintained, and don't even talk about the homeless people. But um, it's just sad, man.
Yeah.
It's just sad. Even growing up, I know that you know it wasn't the best part of town growing up over there. Um, but it wasn't even as bad as it is right now. Right now, it's like abandoned. Like literally, no one from the city's coming by or cleaning anything up.
Mm.
Maybe they are, and they're doing a horrible job. But it looks like no one's cleaning.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It doesn't look good at all. You know, and and that's where, like, people that live there. It's like you gotta speak up on the conditions, right?
Something.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say to, you know, we're not there anymore. We're not in that area, but there's got to be some accountability, right? You got to demand it. I mean, when you get off the 10, not when you get off the 101, but I don't know if you noticed, like on the 101, you're going, what is it, north, and where it splits on to where you can either get on 280 or 680.
Mm-hmm.
The big, the sign is all tagged up So like you can't even read like I mean, obviously we live there, so we know okay, if I go this way, I'm gonna go to the 280.
Yeah.
If I go this way, I'm gonna go to 680. But like it's all tagged up and it's been like that for I don't know, a few months already. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like people that are driving by, visiting, it's like, they don't know which way they're supposed to go. So, it just yeah, and then like you said, weeds everywhere. I did notice that last time we were down there, and it's just there's no I don't know. It feels like there's no accountability, and people aren't demanding it. Um, you know, I don't know what
Yeah.
it is. I don't know if people are just so used to it that
We're
they're.
just
Uh-huh.
we're just not paying attention to it. People are just not paying attention to it. I'll give you an example. As we were driving through um, Malibu, what was the other one? There was a city that we had never driven by down south before Long Beach.
Hmm.
But anyways, super nice. Everything's maintained real good and everything.
Hmm.
You start getting into Huntington Beach and you start noticing the difference big time. And then we actually got off on um, the LBC,
Uh-huh.
Long Beach. It's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough. Yeah. I had
Yeah.
to stop and get gas and got a little car wash. The car was pretty dirty, so I went through an automated car wash and it was rough.
Wow.
And it's like, why is it that one city before that or a couple of cities before that, it's pristine? It's beautiful.
Hmm.
It's maintained, well kept. Um, and then, you hit certain cities, where I don't know what it is. If it's, I don't want to play the race card or anything like that, but, you know, the minority lives in these cities that are trash. So minorities aren't speaking up so that
Hmm.
the tax dollars get put to work and the streets get maintained. The streets get maintained. I'm going through potholes and going, where are my tax dollars going?
I Tucker just he released a video yesterday. I guess he interviewed Ice Cube. Uh
Oh yeah, Ice Cube's been
yeah.
going around. I want to get your opinion about that.
So
But so what did he say?
so he had him they were driving around LA basically. So he's interviewing him like in the car and he was like I think Tucker asked him like what do you think about you know LA and the city. And then Ice Cube was like, "Well, it's been run by the same people for the last 40 years." And then you're seeing all the images of all the homelessness and all that. And then he's like, he doesn't, they don't care about the people. He's like, they care. They literally what we were talking about last episode. He's like, they care about like the self-interest and we've been talking about like whoever pays the most, that's where they're going to focus on. So it was just funny because I was watching it and then, I heard him say that and it's like, you know, Daddy's been saying that. So, you know, but yeah, he's been going around. I think he was on Rogan, um, Tucker, and he was with someone else. I think Pierce Morgan, but I don't think I watched that one. Yeah, Piers Morgan.
Mhm.
So yeah, he's been going around kind of talking about what he's going through with what he got, the big three, his basketball thing and kind of everything he dealt with the vaccine and all that.
Mhm, mhm.
What do you think of that? Like what are your
Um, okay, so there's some people that are speaking up, but even Tyrese, I think, is starting to say, you know, things and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, but I guess his impatience on my behalf
Mm,
is because they're saying things, but they're not hitting hard. You know how we were talking about
mhm.
fighters and stuff like that? It's like someone bring the message. If you're gonna bring it, straight up.
Yeah.
So be a fighter about it.
Mhm.
And it's almost like they're saying things without saying things.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I mean, they're being cautious. I know they still have to make a living and stuff like that. So
I mean,
I don't know.
yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, right? Like the few that do speak up, it's crazy because they have to. deal with the backlash, right? So,
Mhm.
and for the most part, they got whatever industry they're in, whether it's music, Hollywood, or whatever, they got everybody, you know, speaking up
But check
against
this
them
out.
afterwards. So,
Check this out. Jason Aldean.
mhm.
So they were trying to cancel him on that, and I saw this little quote that was like, you know, you can't get canceled if you don't allow to get canceled. Something to that effect.
Yeah, like if you
So
don't care what people say, then you can cancel anything you want. It's not gonna work.
yeah, and same thing with Tucker.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So as more people come out and hit hard, like they did, I mean, the Jason Aldean freaking wrote a song about it, and then he went on. I didn't see it.
Mhm.
I don't watch regular TV, but he performed the song somewhere,
Mm.
even after he was getting all kinds of backlash. And then um, the other country singer, Luke Bryant,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I guess he pulled his videos from some sort of award show.
Oh, they pulled
You heard about
they
that?
pulled Luke Bryan's video from the is it like the country music channel or something like
Mhm.
that? Something like that.
But I thought I could be wrong, but I thought he like had him pulled
No,
because he didn't want to be a part of it.
let me check. I think I saw that Luke Bryan actually stood up for him. Uh,
Yeah, he did, but I think what he did was pull his videos or from nomination. I could, like I said, I could be wrong. I
oh, okay. I just looked up Luke Bryan and all the headlines are saying Luke Bryan did not ask for CMT to pull his videos. Kind of like setting the record straight.
okay. You see, so that's what Luke Bryan is saying. So that is what I heard then that he requested to have his videos pulled or something like that.
Mm,
So it's like a reverse. I was telling Gloria on the way over here um, that it was now it's happening the other way around. Is that it's a reverse cancellation? It's like
mhm.
the left tries to cancel you and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Now with the boycotts, you know, they're the ones being canceled,
Mm,
but it's like a legit protest, with like a boycott.
yeah.
It's not just having someone having a fit and wanting to cancel you by like putting pressure on with social media or news
It
outlets and stuff like that.
the funny thing is like or the it's like his song got to like number one. So that means a lot of people were streaming it, buying it. So like it had as an artist, right? Yeah, you that's exactly what you want. It's like you're giving my music this negative press, but people that are paying attention aren't buying it. Like the negative press, but they end up buying the song, you know?
The majority
Buys the song.
likes the product.
Exactly. And it's like for the what is it, CMT, it's like how many people actually complain where you're like, oh, I gotta take this off, because it's
Mm,
obviously like the numbers as far as sales for that song have gone up. So who exactly was complaining about taking it down? Like how many people, like, you know what I mean?
Media, politicians,
Uh-huh.
that's it.
And then
It's the people trying to control us.
yeah, and it's stupid, dude, because I'm sure did you hear the song already?
Yeah,
Okay, I heard it. I didn't hear anything racist. Not one
nothing.
thing. Like I was like, all
I
right.
did
I was
see a
waiting.
video yesterday. I saw a video of a small town. Someone tried to rob a store, and like everybody and their mom got their rifles, their hunting rifles. Found the guy hiding in a shed somewhere.
There you
And
go.
it's like,
I mean,
there you go. Try it in a small town. See what happens.
it's crazy because I didn't hear anything racist, right? I just thought I was like, all right, I'm gonna hear this song. Let me hear what the outrage is about, right? Nothing. It's just like he's just talking about like if you do this or that or this, which anybody with any common decency would know. Okay, don't do this. Don't rob people. Don't beat up people. Don't harass people. It's like don't do that, or you're gonna find out, right? F around and find out is basically what he was saying in his song, and I think people got outraged because the music video had, uh, clips from the protests in 2020. So I think that's how they made it about being racist. And I get wherever he shot the video, something, 100 years ago happened there that maybe had something to do with race. But it's like, other than that, it's like, they're reaching, right? They're reaching for
They always are.
hmm
They always are. If they stood on facts and making good points and morals and everything, um, they wouldn't have to go through the antics that they do. You know, basically lying.
hmm Yeah.
You know?
So I didn't hear anything bad about it. I mean, as far as the lyrics, and people are just, it just goes to show you like how, you know, they hear something like that and then they automatically think, oh, he must be talking about black people, right? Because that's basically what they're telling you, right?
Yeah, well, they're racist because
Exactly.
they're the ones that are racist because in those protests, there was white people,
Yeah.
there was black people,
Yeah.
there was
But why,
Mexicans, there was all kinds of different people. So you're assuming that they were all black, therefore he's racist. No, no, sir, no, ma'am. You're assuming that you're the one that's racist.
Yeah. You know what I did see though, and I could probably look this up right now, is one of the video he had to remove a portion of the video because it belonged to, I believe, like a Fox station, like some local Fox station, and they hit him with a copyright claim.
Hmm.
Uh, and I think he had to, because of that, he had to remove like 6 seconds of a clip or something. So, uh, yeah, it removed footage from the Atlanta protests because it was a copyright claim from that Fox
Oh,
News
so it was
channel.
video from Fox.
Yeah, so Fox is like, you can't use our video, basically. So he had to take that video out. So it wasn't like because people were trying to be like, oh look, he folded. It's like, no, it's not that he folded. It's like legally he had to remove it.
Copyright.
So I saw that today. So even that, it's like, exactly. I think his statement was like, I'm not. I didn't call anyone anything. I didn't say anything racist. And the footage that's in the video is actual real news footage. None of it is like doctored, made up stuff. For pretty sure he could have filmed a fake protest and put it in his video, but he used real footage. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's just people don't want to accept the truth, right? And again, they want to gaslight people into thinking it's
Well,
racist.
I wouldn't even call them people. I would just say straight up the present politicians.
hmm
You know, that's what they're trying to um, sh- tell us that he's doing. It's like,
Yeah,
no, the people, we understand what the truth is. We know what the facts are, and we're not going to fall for your lies anymore.
yeah. There's did you see you probably didn't see this. I barely saw it. Mitch McConnell was talking today and he like froze up.
No, I didn't see that.
Let's see if I can find it.
He had a glitch or what?
No, he just straight up like froze. Hold on, let me see this. I'm gonna try to share this, see if it works.
He's a he's a rhino too, huh?
Yeah. So I don't know if you can hear it.
Let me see.
So he was in the middle of he was talking and then he just freezes. Like he's just and then I think they finally realized like something must be.
Something's up.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Everything okay there?
Yeah, I saw this when I got home. I was like, oh man, like you know these these career politicians. You know what I mean? Like dude's been in politics forever. You know,
Yeah.
that's why it's like, oh, we have to have people that are, you know, a little more cognitive. I don't want to sound ageist or anything, but
Well, um, can you see what his age is?
yeah, I'll look it up right now. I'm gonna say he's probably in his 80s. Mitch McConnell. Let's see what it's coming up at. 81 years old.
81. Trump is older than, no, wait,
He,
Trump's 70 something.
yeah,
Yeah.
81, dude. It's like, you know, en- man, you should have been enjoying life for at least the past
Yeah.
15 years, right? Like, I don't know. It's insane. He's
81.
81. Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, they they gotta go.
Talk about, I was going to say out of touch, but it's hard to say that because how old is Trump? He's got to be 73 or
I think he was 75, no? Right now. Oh, he's 77.
he's 77.
But doesn't he seem way more?
Well, that's what I was going to say is that he's not a good example of that because he's sharp, man. And what I was going to say too is I was out of touch. That guy is in touch with the people and he knows how to deliver a message when it a certain way when it needs to be delivered a certain way.
Mhm.
He's just on a whole other level. But then I also there's stories and I don't know how true they are that he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke,
Mm,
um, and stuff like that. So it seems like he's always taken really good care of himself.
yeah.
I don't know.
No, yeah.
But
He's
there's
definitely
different levels.
different levels. I mean, like you said, Biden, how old is Biden? Biden's in his 80s, no?
He's got to be.
He's 80 years old. And it's like, I don't know, man. Like, there's got to be like you can't run for president until you're, what, 34, 35.
Hmm.
But you can keep running, and be president at 80. I mean, I don't know. It's, yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
I think there should be a limit. No, I don't know. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's
No, I mean
right.
there is in a sense because if you're not mentally or physically fit, um, you know, they have the test where if you're still functioning, you're cognitive and you're able to do your job. So I'm sure if they run the test and you don't pass, then um, you won't be able to hold the office. But you know, Biden is he's not even close to that. He stands in front of a camera and can't even function. Period. Kind of like what our buddy here, McConnell, just did. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, it's tough.
Do you think?
It's tough. It makes you wonder who's really running the show
Yeah.
um, behind these guys. They're just the puppeteers.
Do you think
They're the puppets.
Do you think
They're the
they're
puppets
like turning on him? The
on who?
Democrats are turning on Biden.
You know what? I don't watch enough regular news to see that they are, but I heard something earlier
Uh-huh.
that they were making. So you know how they were trying to diminish the court hearings
Hmm.
that Hunter Biden has been having and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I actually heard them criticize a little bit more today,
Oh.
a tiny little bit.
Uh-huh.
They were saying that this is serious. It's not only gaining national attention, but global attention and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So I think it's getting to the point where they really can't defend it anymore.
Hmm.
They had a they actually mentioned the gun charges, federal gun charges and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this is in some cities, like you go to New York, right? And you get a gun charge. That's big time stuff over there. I think you're getting close to 10 years,
Hmm.
prison time for something like that.
Yeah.
And so they really can't hide it much more.
Hmm.
So I think they're between a rock and a hard place,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. And that's the reason I asked is because like how all this hunter stuff is coming out. And then, all these little stories here and there come out. Um, you know, it's like little the media, well, the mainstream media more and more is kind of like actually saying a little bit here and there. Where before it's like when they were trying to get Trump out of office, obviously the whole laptop thing was completely shut down. Nobody heard anything about it.
Russia, Russia collusion.
Yeah.
That's all they kept doing.
And then now you get to the point where he's in office and I mean, they know Biden hasn't been a good president. They know he's not cognitive, he's not all there. And it's like, do they really? I even think they know that if it does end up being Trump versus Biden, they know Trump's not going to lose this time around, even if they cheat. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like in a sense they're kind of turning on him and maybe trying to set someone else up. That's that's kind of the vibe or like my
yeah,
little how my my little conspiracy.
yeah. No, I mean, people talk about it. They talk about the 25th Amendment.
Hmm.
Start. There's been like little rumblings about that and stuff. So they might take him out that way.
Mm,
You know.
yeah,
So
I was listening to this other podcast, and I think the guy's name is Matt Kim. Um, and he was saying that maybe the reason they didn't say they couldn't find who the crack or the cocaine belonged to wasn't because it was Hunter's. It's because it belonged to somebody else that they couldn't out.
mm,
I was like, oh damn, that's a good theory. Like the cocaine belonged to, I don't know, someone else. Biden, uh, you know,
mm.
Joe. I'm talking about Joe,
Yeah, yeah,
Mala. Somebody that they
yeah,
couldn't get it out there that all right, this person is the person that left the cocaine here, right? Because other than that, obviously we'd all go, yeah, it's Hunter. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I think it would have
What
been
they should have
safer if they
done.
would have just said it was Hunter.
That's what I was gonna tell you. They should have just thrown him under the bus and throw his ass in prison, and then be like, "Yeah, all our problems are solved here." Throw his
Yeah.
scumbag ass, in
Shit.
prison,
And then
and then
Joe pardons
get
him
all
the
the
next
attention
day.
off of you. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, I mean, I just noticed little here and there. They are, um, like you said, they probably can't hide from it anymore. They can't avoid it. It's
Mm-mm.
you. They have to talk about it, right? If they want any credibility, which they already don't really have, they
They know that
they got to
they don't
cover it.
have any credibility.
No, they don't. So
Mm.
it'll.
I think they're trying to get credibility back. That's what they might be trying to do.
Yeah.
But
But yeah,
yeah,
it's crazy. Um,
super crazy.
how's the how, have you been dealing with the heat?
Aside from the dude, it's not even that hot this summer. I mean, it's hot because we're in the Central Valley, but there's been other summers that have been way hotter. And all you turn on the damn radio, just regular radio, and they're just talking about the heat wave going across the United States, and the water temperatures are hotter than normal. And it's like,
This is the reason I asked. This is homegirl Hillary Clinton. She put hot enough for you? Think a mega Republican.
Yeah,
So she's blaming the heat on MAGA.
nice.
So there you
It's hot. That's why it's hot. She's feeling the heat.
see,
You're feeling the heat.
MAGA Republicans are pouring fuel on the climate crisis fire. It's like, dude,
Hmm.
it hasn't like you said. We live in the Central Valley, dude. It has not been hot at all.
Yeah.
I live, right here where I live. I think last year we had like 45 straight days, like over 105 or something like that. Like we're barely hitting that this past couple of weeks, so it's like, nah. It's been,
Mm.
I don't know. I'm not buying it.
It's the exact opposite of whatever they're trying to feed us, man.
Yeah. I
Down south, it was in the 70s.
mm-hmm.
Beautiful. It it wasn't matching up, man. We were having breakfast down south, and the TV was playing, and that's the only times I actually just listen to like regular, news broadcasts and stuff like that, like media,
Yeah.
and that's all we were talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, says I wonder how many cities will turn conservative this election. Damn it, I hope all of them. I think
Well, okay, let me put it to you this way: is that I bet you that the majority are already conservative, but with all the cheating that's been going on, they make it seem like as if they're not. But hey, man, I'll keep saying it over and over. We are the majority,
yeah.
and the whole Jason Aldean thing, it just proves it.
Yeah. And then even the like we were talking about last week with Peter, even the SB 14 thing proves it,
Yeah,
you know, where
it,
they had to make a U-turn. The Democratic Party, the super majority Democratic Party had to make a U-turn in California because the people actually spoke up, you know? And I was talking to Peter the day after he called me. Um and he was like, "Yeah, man, it's like it's just the people having to, speak up, having to know that they are the majority, right? We outnumber these people in
yeah,
government, and he told me it was like obviously like the movie, right? The Bug's Life with the grasshoppers and
yeah,
the
yeah,
ants. It's like, once the ants realized that, hey, we outnumber them, it was over for the grasshoppers, right?
yeah.
So it's the same, what do you call it? The same
Concept.
concept, right? It's like we
Mhm.
outnumber them. We have to show them that, and I think that in the SB 14 thing, that we did do that. People did do that, and they had no choice because
Yeah,
at the end of the day, it's again self interest. They want to preserve their power, so they're gonna do what they need to do or make it look like they're doing what they need to do to stay in power.
yeah. You know what's pretty interesting is that California used to be red. A lot of people don't remember that because it was such a long time ago, but I believe up until the early 80s it was red,
Mhm.
or even late 80s. I don't know if they have a stat on that, but
I could
um
probably look up the what do you call it parties for California. But I think who was the last one? Schwarzenegger was the last Republican.
yeah, but he wasn't even a real Republican. I watched his little thing cuz we were bored. That guy was not. He was they called him great because he was bipartisan, right?
Mhm.
But what was happening is that he was just adopting and accepting anything that the Democrats wanted to do. That's why they got along so well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's see. So we're talking.
And he started doing all kinds of global warming changes with policies here in California and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we they went from 67 to 75. They had Ronald Reagan. Um, and then after that, it was Edmund Brown, a Democrat, until 83. And then from 83 to 1999, it was a Republican. So we had George. I don't even know how to say his name. George Duke Median, I don't know, and Pete Wilson. So those two
Hmm.
guys were Republican governors for what, almost 20 years.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, and California was mostly red. It was red,
Hmm. Yeah.
but the most recent time here, everybody thinks that yeah, California has been blue, for the majority, and it's not true. It's like you go back to the values, of Mexican Americans or just straight up Mexicans, born in Mexico, is they have conservative values.
Hmm.
So it's only been until you know people that have gone through the school system and listening to the news and politicians and stuff like that that get brainwashed into thinking that you're a Democrat because you're a minority or you're in middle lower class.
Hmm.
That makes you a Democrat.
Yeah.
They don't ever talk about the morals and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I
So
feel like this election cycle, it's like, we're definitely, well, definitely gonna call that stuff out when I see it. You know what I mean? Because yeah, I think a lot of that Spanish media goes unchecked. You know, um, they just kind of, like we said before, it's got one main source, right? Univision, Telemundo. That's it. They lean
yeah,
left, and for Spanish speaking only, that's all they're gonna get. So they don't have that balance. So that's why
yeah.
they don't hear the full truth. When they go vote, they're not fully informed. So
And not only that, but look, you just brought up the whole heat wave thing, right?
mhm,
So they plaster, these stories, um, on the news cycles and stuff like that,
mhm,
and don't report on what's happening, with Hunter Biden and the court cases, with the elections and stuff like that. And then something big comes out, and then they go indicting Trump again and stuff like that. So they keep those on the news cycle. So
mhm,
when people aren't paying attention to everything else that's going on, that's exactly what happens. They start, following the narrative that they put out there.
mhm. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and not only that, one of the other things that I saw while we were down south is you go through neighborhoods that, you know, Mexican Americans or minorities live in,
Mhm,
and they have like a lot of cultural stuff. And then you start seeing, che,
mm,
murals and stuff like that, sprinkled in between all this other stuff.
mhm, mhm,
And it kind of goes back to, what I've been telling you that one of these days, we'll do an episode going over his history
mhm.
and stuff like that. And it's like there when they put out these murals and kids are growing up, what seeing these painted on walls
Or
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 whatever,
the shirts with his face.
or the shirts, and then they start looking up to him, and they really don't understand why they're looking up to him. They just see these things plastered all over the place.
Mhm.
And when you start really paying attention to what he represented and what he actually did, they're not good things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. They're not, and but they get the sugar coated, right? The
You know that they fought the system
yeah,
and they did X and they did Y, and but they don't tell you about Z.
yeah,
It's like, yeah, he raped women and oppressed people once he got into power and stuff like that.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's like, well, shit, we're speaking up against the system. Where's our support? You know, you know, and that's what people don't realize, man. Like their whole thing about, like, being against the system, being against the man, and all that. But at the same time, it's like, dude, you're on the same side as the
yeah,
as the system. You're in the same side as the machine. and everybody that's trying to tell you, hey, maybe pay attention. Like we've said before, man, it's like we're not trying to, you know, make the decision for you. It's like you can listen to us and what we got to say and how we see things, right? And maybe it makes you think. And wherever you land after that, it is what it is. It's where you landed, but
Mm.
at least you're putting more thought into it. I think that's like the main goal. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
as people become more informed, they make better decisions. And oh, the clip I posted, the one that was getting a lot of views with Peter. Um, Someone commented like, "Oh, this is the best argument I've seen for abortion." Like that was the comment, right? And it's like, okay, I mean, I don't know how you got to that conclusion, but you know what I mean? Like people are gonna land where they want to land. You know, they can hear something and then it'll completely like to me that's like, all right, it has nothing to do with that. I don't know how you got there from from this clip, but okay, dude.
There's people that just see red,
Yeah.
and that's it. They can't get past that. They're blinded um, by whatever feelings that they have.
Hmm.
So one of these days, you hear stories about um, couples that don't want to have kids and stuff like that,
Hmm.
right? And you hear them all the time. It's like, you know, we don't want to have kids. You know, we want to live our life, and
Yeah.
they they feel that that's what life is about. You know, enjoying whatever
Yeah.
your whatever you want, when you want, and stuff like that. And you don't want a child holding you back and all this stuff. I mean, we all have heard people say that before, or know someone that has said that before. But it's kind of crazy because those same people that say that, once they are expecting a baby, it completely, just knowing that they're expecting,
Hmm.
changes their world. They're like, whoa, this is this is incredible. I can't even explain the feelings that I feel,
Hmm.
type of thing, right?
Yeah.
And they go through those moments. And I heard a story where someone was going through that. It's like, um, I never wanted to have kids, and then once that happened, and then they actually had like a miscarriage and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And then it was like, man, it kind of changed my mind on it. Now I don't know how to feel about this. This
Yeah.
is weird. This is different. And I think, those people that see red
Hmm.
and can't get their own personal feelings out of their way to see the reality,
Hmm.
it's kind of like that. They're going to come to a point where something's going to happen in their life, and then they're going to be like, oh, wait,
Yeah.
now I see,
Yeah.
and now I see what's really going on.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's true. I the I see the comment, right, and I just go, me myself, right? I look at the guy and I go, all right, dude, like, I just think, you either don't have kids or anything like that, because it's like, uh, to me as a man, you know what I mean? Like, to any man that's pro-abortion is like, that's a red flag, if if you ask me. I think, I don't know. I just sometimes, like, I see stuff like that and I can't believe, like, yeah, this grown ass man, heard a clip about, people in the government working together, and he reaches the conclusion of yes, abortion. Like, to me it's weird, but like you said, people see red. People got their ideas. They got their, whatever it is they feel like they want to fight for. Maybe that for him, that's the most important fight of his, you know, of what he's got going on. I don't know. But yeah, like you said, dude, once people start having kids, I think like they realize like, oh damn, like, I think they lose that selfishness basically. And it's not all
Yeah, yeah.
it's not all about them anymore. It's about your kid, and. you want the best for them, or and if you have more kids, the best for however many kids you have, right? Me personally,
Mhm.
I feel like if you're able to have kids, you're in you're married, you got your relationship, you're committed to your wife, to each other, have kids if you can. It's one of the best things you could do in life, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I actually think that I mean, isn't that the purpose? Is that um, you want to continue your, I don't want to say bloodline, but it's almost like,
I think one of the ways you put it is like a good to think about, like it's a good way to put it. It's like there's a lot of bad people in this world, and not to
Mhm.
not to say we're all perfect and all that, but I consider myself a good person, right? I consider you a good person. So, it's we need to bring more good people into this world. So,
And I didn't want to say that again because I know that that's something that I've talked about in the past,
mhm,
but everybody's like, a lot of people do say that, I don't want to bring a child into this world because it's fucked up,
mhm,
or there's a bunch of bad people and stuff like that. And you could easily flip it. It's like, well, that's a reason to have kids and bring good people into this world.
mhm.
So I feel fortunate enough that that's the way that I feel,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So
The more good people, we can create in this world, the more, as far as like what we're fighting for, what we're trying to preserve, right, is for them. And hopefully
yeah,
they continue to, you know, keep what we fought for.
yeah. Hey, I don't like to focus on negative things that people say too much
Mhm,
because um, my mom gave me some really good advice a long time ago. Is that each mind it's its own world, and if you try to figure it out, you'll go crazy trying to figure it out. So, in other words, don't try to go figure out what's going on in someone else's mind.
mhm.
You're just gonna go nuts, right?
Right.
But this person that posted that comment,
Mhm,
right, is that okay? I don't hope that he has his girlfriend or wife or whatever have abortions.
mhm,
But if he feels that way, he shouldn't have kids,
mhm.
right?
Right.
So he's gonna end his bloodline right there. I'm not mad at that.
Mhm.
I just don't. I'm not. I don't want him to have abortions. Like I said. But if he doesn't want to have kids, don't have kids. It's all good.
Yeah, yeah. Be re-
He's probably
be responsible.
more than likely he's not going to be a good influence on those kids.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what are those kids gonna learn from him? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So you know, positive people that are going to be a positive influence on their kids, go have kids.
Yeah. I agree with that message.
I support that message.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I think just, there's yeah, it all goes back to manipulation, right? Maybe that dude just thinks he's trying to help women out, or you know what I mean? Or he thinks it's really healthcare. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you know, his mind is just trapped, and that's the conclusion they get to. But either way, like we said, if you can have kids, have kids, grow your family, and keep the bloodline going, keep your family going, and like I said in the last episode, right? Then hopefully they're better than you, and then the next ones after them are better than them, and then it keeps going that way, because at the end of the day, like that's we all want the best for our family, right? Whether it's our kids, parents, sisters, brothers, whatever it is. Like, sincerely, we all want everybody to be successful, live a good, happy life. You know what I mean? Because we're not here for long, right?
Mm.
You're talking about 70, 80 years. It seems long, but next thing you know
Right. Right.
you're 70, and it's like, whoa, man, you know, and You know.
I heard a song the other day in
Mhm.
Spanish. In the lyrics, man, you know Spanish songs.
They,
The lyrics
they
are
got you.
deep. Got me right here.
Yeah.
It's like, and it was saying that after you live, you when you leave this world, all you take with you is a fistful of dirt. Yep.
Okay.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah, dude, that's one of those things that you know that and I'm sure you too, as a dad, it crosses your mind like, oh man, one day I'm not gonna be here, you know, with my
mhm.
kids, and and then in my mind I just go, well, hopefully, you know, I'm an old man and I got to see as much of their life as I possibly could, right? You know, the only fear I have would be like if I died soon and they're still little,
Yeah, yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So damn.
That would be tragic. Yeah, that'd be bad. But that's why we have to take care of ourselves too. We gotta
Mhm,
um, make sure that we're taking care of ourselves so that not only we're healthy, but we're setting a good example for the for the kiddos, for the kids.
mhm,
Um, and that bloodline can keep going and going and going, and we have more and more good people.
mhm,
You know, Instead of just leaving, taking a fistful of dirt. We're leaving good, solid people
mhm.
on Earth.
Yeah,
To continue the tradition.
that's true, man.
So,
It's like, yeah, I'll take that dirt, but I'll leave behind
yeah,
something special.
something better,
Yeah, exactly.
something better.
I'll happily take that dirt,
Yeah.
So
One goes away, but how many are left behind?
yeah, exactly.
Mm. And it's crazy because um, I heard a stat that couples are having 1.5 kids or something like that.
Mhm,
You know, so in order to keep the population, going, um, and sustainable, you're supposed to be like you and your wife are supposed to at least produce two more people,
mhm.
right? That take your place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's in the U.S. or something like that.
Mm.
It's 1.5, kids that they're having.
Yeah.
So you're not even producing enough to um, take you and your spouse's spot.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy.
I don't know, dude. I think that was like I was thinking about it the other day. It's like that seems like a population control kind of manipulation.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Hey, I don't know. It's kind of weird because it's like, yeah, should you probably have like as many kids as you can? You know, probably, yeah, right. But you
yeah.
know, a lot of people, everybody does it. They put a cap on it, like, I'm only gonna have this many. I'm only gonna have that many, and you know, I don't
But
know.
it's what they it's the box that they put us in. It's everything's expensive.
Mhm,
It's not convenient. We both have to work. Um, there's a lot of reasons why you can't have kids. Daycare.
mhm,
You have a kid in daycare. It costs more than what a person makes a week.
mm.
So then you know
Yeah, all the struggle. They highlight all the struggles so that you know.
they make you not want
Yeah,
to.
yeah. Now I was
Yeah,
thinking about that the other day. I was like, damn, that's it's like it's a mind thing, right? Where they get you.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And remember this stat that I had heard a while ago is that all of the world's population would fit in Texas.
Mm,
So even if they're crammed, if people go, oh, well, are the houses next to each other, blah, 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 this and that. They say it doesn't matter, dude. Even if they're back to back to back to back and they're all bunched up, the point is that all of the world's population fits in Texas. So you go tell me that it's the world is overpopulated.
Yeah.
You know, we travel. You know, I traveled for work. You know, we've gone. You know, vacation in places, and is you jump on a damn plane and you see nothing but empty space. The only time that you see, you know, houses and buildings crowded is when you're freaking landing, and that's it. But everything in between, completely open space,
Yeah.
straight up.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. That's why, like, recently I felt like, we felt like, because we were talking about life and all that. It's like, doing more, like going to more places, or just in general, uh,
Hmm.
visiting other parts of the state, because like I was saying, man, we work all the time, right? We're putting in 40 plus hours a week, some people 50, some people 60. And it's like, you know, we have to we have to enjoy the life here, right? And that's kind of like recently it's like, oh, okay, I'm trying to do a little more, you know what I mean? Trying to
Yeah.
enjoy time with the family. Like I really want to go to like uh you know like Utah or something, or Montana, like just kind of see those places, right? Because you hear about what do they call them, flyover states, right?
Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
it's like, no, man, I see the pictures of them and I just see beautiful nature, and it's like I just see a peaceful area, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's like I definitely want to go, check that part of the country out.
yeah. No, I know what you're saying.
So, cause yeah, cause like you said, you went to San Diego. When we've gone, we went what, like a month ago? Yeah, last month. And it's like, dude, yeah, it's like it's different, right? It's I don't know, it's like a whole different vibe. It seems more more chill down there, and it's like, you got all the oceans and all that. Like it just, I don't know, it's a relaxing vibe. It's nice down there. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I mean, when you go vacation and stuff like that, you know, it definitely feels that way.
yeah,
It'd be nice to live over there. Even if we were talking about, you know, if you're having a rough day and that's what you have to go home to,
I know, right?
uh, that's nice. But you know, then there's the flip side is that um, I think the average home is around $2 million or something like that. I heard a crazy stat about San Diego or a certain part of San Diego
Damn.
and stuff like that. And it's like it's not even realistic anymore to go out and you know
Mm-hmm.
live in that specific area. I mean, you could probably move a little bit more inland, you know, to something a little bit more affordable, and you'd be like in 45 minutes away for an hour away from those areas. But it just goes back to I don't know, everything just hyperinflation and economy all
Mm-hmm.
gone to crap and stuff like that. That makes it a lot difficult, you know.
Yeah, and then yeah, here in California, right? All the big cities ran by the same people for
Hmm.
an extended period of time, and it's like, yeah, it makes them unaffordable. So then yeah, you do get people moving, all over the state away from those big cities because yeah, it's unaffordable, right? You grow up in a city, for example, like growing up in San Jose. By the time it came to where I had an opportunity to get a house, like I couldn't get one in San Jose. I lived there my whole life, but
Hmm.
I couldn't buy a home there because you're talking about at the time they were all like 800-900,000 dollars, and you're talking about like maybe 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, like tiny little homes. It's not worth it. And then you come out here, you get a 2-story house for for 300, and it's like, well, you know,
Yeah,
but hey, everything happens for a reason. And, so far where we're at, it's way more calmer, you know. It's not as crowded. Like you said, man, you drive back to San Jose, you want to turn around and leave right away. Um
make a U-turn.
as soon as you go, you want to just, all right, I seen enough.
Dude, I don't. I start seeing the freeways like I was telling you, you know, all not maintained, all dirty and everything. I'm like, I don't even want to get out of,
Dude,
you know.
I went to San Jose for no, I was going to Cupertino like a couple months ago, right? And dude, I was 10 miles away and it said it was an hour and 10 minutes to get there. I was like, what the dude? It's like I saw what is it, like a reel, one of those like memes or whatever, where it's like when you can't find parking, so you just say, F it, I'm going home. That's what San Jose is like to me. It's like if you
Yeah,
ever find
it's
parking out
bad.
there, it's like I just want to, all right, I'm gonna go park in my driveway.
Yeah,
Oh man.
it's pretty bad, man.
Yeah. But
Really bad.
you know, hopefully they turn it around. Hopefully, you know, people start noticing more stuff. And again, people gotta speak up over there. You know, if they don't speak up
Everywhere, yeah.
and they just accept it, yeah, everywhere in general. But like if they people just accept the conditions that, you know, they're handed, then you know these politicians aren't going to do anything to clean it up. And you know, we'll see, right? Like I said, we'll call it all out. There's going to be a lot of pandering this next year, right? There's going to be a lot of gaslighting. So it's, you know, who's going to fall for it? You know, who's going to see all that stuff and get emotional, and then boom, they got you again. So, you know, we'll see what happens, but people got to start getting loud.
No, it's gonna it's gonna be completely different. I've already been talking to some people,
Mhm.
and that I would start talking about certain things, and they would already be dismissing me,
Mm.
and not listening, and
Yeah, yeah.
just being dismissive in general about whatever the topic was or whatever the point was. And I've actually had people tell me, "Damn, you were right." And then we actually started having conversations about COVID and
Mm,
stuff like that. Um, and it's way different. I've noticed the trend that after COVID, it really woke up people big time.
mm,
Um, we've talked to people here on the podcast and stuff like that, and that's kind of the theme is that COVID woke them up because it just magnified all the different agendas that they were trying to do,
mhm,
and and the fascist communist way that they went about implementing mandates
mm,
and
mhm,
rules and stuff like that, and following the science when our gut and common sense tell us that it's a bunch of crap, that's not real science and stuff.
mhm.
So um, a lot of people have woken up.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think you can definitely sense that, right? And yeah, it's COVID. I think like I've said before too, it's like the price of food, you know? Dude,
Hmm.
just with
Yeah,
that, like if that's not bothering you a lot, you know, having to pay so much money to eat the same things you were eating a couple years ago for like half the price. Like I don't know what you know, what will. Like you said, right?
yeah,
You when they start affecting your money and you know, you got to eat. You got to
yeah.
eat.
I just thought of something right now is that Biden's administration years from now, it's probably gonna be called the red pill administration.
Mm,
Because when you look back on this administration, this era, this time and day, you're gonna go, damn, a lot of people got red pilled.
yeah.
So it's gonna be you know what? I'm gonna coin it. Um, it's Biden administration is the red pill administration. Thank you, Biden.
Yeah, thanks. I'm going to call this episode the Red Pill Administration then. Just so we don't forget. Nice.
So,
Uh, well, I mean, yeah, man. You know, I think I believe we're gonna have a lot of victories in 2024, and we're gonna try to help people out and see what happens. But we'll we'll go from there, right? The show
yeah,
goes on.
sorry, my laptop is gonna die right now.
All right then. Well, that was a good conversation. We'll catch you guys on the next one, and thank you for tuning in. God bless. Take care.